Hi everyone, thank you for joining me again. It's been an amazing journey the past 2 months. I think it's 2 months and 2 weeks now since I started this YouTube channel. And just before I made this video, we have already made up to like 150 subscribers. That is amazing as far as I'm concerned. I know some people could do this in like 2 weeks, but it's been an amazing journey. I know, and I want to really thank everyone that take their time to watch my video, time to share my video, take a moment to comment, to like. It's been encouraging and I really do appreciate everyone. I promise to bring my best performance on the table and not to disappoint you. So today is going to be very brief because guess what? Yours truly has been nominated to feature in the Great Canadian Women's Podcast. This is a podcast that started 2016 and it has featured a lot of great women that I really admire. Featured a lot of great Canadian women, both colored and white, and they recently ended an uncomfortable conversation talking about racism and how it affects people of color in Canada, especially black immigrants, in the wake of the Black Lives Matter movement. So I've been invited to talk about racism, systemic racism, and how it affects immigrant children in schools and all of that. Trust me, Canada is a great place. Since we moved, we don't regret moving over. We are very happy here, and but systemic racism exists. It does not only affect adults, it also affects kids. As an immigrant in Canada, especially when you are an immigrant of color or of the black community, you need to do more than every regular moms will do to do a rain check with your kids so you're sure they are not suicidal. It might sound rare or extreme, but so many immigrant kids borderline suicidal because they've been taunted based on their color, based on the texture of their hair, based on their accents by kids. They see it as bullying, but it goes way deeper than bullying. I mean, kids bully every now and then in schools, but when you're being attacked based on who you are, and if you really don't know who you are based off you've moved out of your own countries, you're not living a new life, and you're suffering from identity crisis, it is much more dangerous. So we need to start having these conversations on how to raise kids that are not racially biased. It starts from when they're young. It starts from before they even start going to school. I mean, a lot of the movies and the cartoons they watch these days, they have absolutely no black representation. So how do you expect a child that has been raised with zero introduction or zero interaction with any person of color, how do you expect that child to start school and just embrace black people, black kids like them? It becomes strange. They begin to have like awkward vibes. They begin to have awkward relationship just because it's strange to them. They probably never even saw any on TV. There's zero representation in their cartoons. There is zero representation in all the kids movies. I mean, some are trying and some are really revamped on their casting since the Black Lives Matter started, but this is a conversation we need to ask. But because I hear a lot of white moms say, my kids are too innocent, I don't want to talk about racism to them yet. Well, I agree that your kids are innocent, but this is the world we live in. Black people exist in it, and if you do not want to raise a racist child, you need to start taking anti-racist action and inculcate it in their upbringing. I have some of my friends that got married to black people and they have or mixed kids in this case. So they let them understand that this is representation. They buy them black Barbie dolls and all of that. Those are ways you can introduce, things like that to your kids. So I'm going to go right deep into it in my podcast with the great Canadian women coming soon. So I really need to prepare for this because I need to bring on my A game. When the episode is finally approved and it's out, I'll be sharing the links here in my podcast and on YouTube as well. So today I'm just going to appreciate everyone for your support. Thanks for the likes, thanks for the comments, thanks for sharing, thanks for subscribing to my channel. Thriving Canadian Migrants is all about building a community of immigrants such that we don't feel marginalized in a new scenario. How are we able to navigate success when we decide to relocate to Canada and start our life all over again? We are here to debunk any myth that is not true. We are here to help to inspire you with success stories of others so that you will be able to use the same pattern. You'll be charged on how you will realize that it is not impossible for you to be here as a Canada immigrant. It is not impossible for you to be successful. So all those myths that will hold you back from being the best version of yourself because you're an immigrant here, we are here to debunk it. We'll be organizing virtual trainings, we'll be organizing events, especially for our kids. I have a burden and passion for the kids especially. Could it be because I have 3 kids of my own that are migrant kids and I understand the questioning, I understand the challenges they go through, like, why are we here? Why do we have different skin color? They ask me all those kind of questions. Now I wasn't prepared to answer those questions when we moved here because, well, I know racism existed, but I never expected it, right? Thank God. So I gave them the opportunity to talk about it, especially when I started hearing that some migrant parents had to send their kids back home because their kids could not connect in school. They felt out of place when they got here and they could not connect. So that shouldn't have to happen to any kid alive. So that's one of the mantra we have here, is to empower our kids with information so that they will appreciate their culture, they will appreciate their skin color, they will appreciate the texture of their hair, and they will be able to grow as healthy individual. So watch out, watch this space. I will be sharing the final product of it. It's going to be on the Great Canadian Women podcast as well as their blog. So I really have a lot of work to do because I have a tight deadline to deliver. But I'm only showing up because I have to show up. I'm committed to showing up. I know a lot of people really want me to start talking about how to get into Canada, how to get your visa approved and all of that, all the pathways that would help you get in here. Well, it's becoming a popular demand and I feel I have to finally address it because I don't see me not addressing it and being able to progress with this channel. So yes, I would have to come up with the series, maybe a 2 or 3 episode series where we'll talk about ways with which you can come into Canada as an immigrant, as a visitor, student, work permit, or permanent resident, up until getting your citizenship. So we'll go through the process. I'll explain to you what I understand by it and the information that is available to me. We were able to do all of this on our own. Like, I am not an immigration consultant. I'm not an immigration lawyer. I never engaged one before I became a Canadian permanent resident. So I would, but I mean, videos like this helped me. People that put themselves out there to explain the process, to explain. Although, I mean, sometimes I feel some of the processes like are being left out. So I'll try my best to cover every area, just because I care about you people and I care about what you care about. So I'll be touching on that once I'm done with this anti-racist systemic racism and as how it affects Canadian immigrant kids. We will definitely get into that. So thank you again. Do not forget to subscribe, leave me a comment below, like this video if you get value from it. Thank you so much. Do you like my new background? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. And until I see you another time, bye.